Peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Serrano, and today we're going to take a look at the favorite tips and tricks that I have for the Moto G Stylus. I actually got this phone a few weeks ago, so if you're interested in seeing some of my favorite top tips and tricks for the Moto G Stylus, then make sure you guys stay locked in with me, and I'll see you guys right after this. So the first tip that I want to recommend is flip to D&D. Now, if you don't know what D&D is, that's do not disturb. Basically, there's a toggle here at the top window to do that, but there's also a setting in the phone where if you go down and you go into right here where it says sounds, and then you locate sound, you can actually go right here where it says flip to D&D. So basically, you can pick up to silence, which is another cool feature, but my favorite feature right here is flip to D&D. So you basically hit this, then you turn that on, and basically when you flip your phone on the front, you're gonna hear a vibration and the phone is automatically gonna enter do not disturb mode. Now, my second favorite feature is this other cool feature where you just plug in your headphone set, then go back into settings, and it's going to be in the same option right here where it's in settings, where you would go to sound as well and go to those advanced settings, and you're going to get media controls. So basically, when you plug in a pair of headphones or when you have Bluetooth in and you turn this toggle on, then let's say you go into your music, like let's say you're in Spotify or something like that. Then let's say you press play, lock the screen. What you have to do is double hit this button, and this track is gonna skip when you long hold this button, not double click, long hold it. And you can hear it's changing the tracks right now. So let me show you. So that's actually one of my favorite features, is being able to control the tracks. I never had that feature on a phone before. Now, the third feature is to get a screenshot on your Moto device. Let's say you're browsing Instagram or something like that, and you see something really cool or really funny, and you might want to share it with a friend or something. Swipe down with 3 fingers like that. Or just touch the screen with 3 fingers and it's going to take a screenshot. So you use the 3-finger screenshot method. So basically, if you go into the device settings and hit screenshot, it's going to show you the settings that it does have to offer for that feature. So right here, 3-finger screenshot, and you can actually activate that feature. The fourth feature is if you take the pen stylus out of the device, you're going to be able to get the option to take notes really quickly. So you can basically just take a note right away, and basically you can save it or do whatever you need to do, but that note will basically be when you open up the phone again, lock it, then pull the pen out, you will see that same note. Well, you won't see it unless you have to save that note basically after you write it. So right here, you just save the note right there, and then it's gonna actually be saved. So that's actually one of my favorite features, because a lot of the time somebody's talking to you and they're telling you like a concert to go to, or like a restaurant to go to, or maybe like you know, somewhere where you want to check out that place or restaurant or something. So I definitely think that's a cool feature to have the stylus, just to take that quick note. Now, another really cool feature is if you go to the stylus settings right here, you could manage your shortcuts on the stylus device right here. So when you go right here and you click this little gear icon, it's going to give you the ability to choose up to 5 different things. You could only change 3 of them because these are already locked in. I have the Autodesk sketchbook, which I use for drawing, and I use notes right there with the keep notes. So you could pretty much designate that for any app that you so desire. Then you get this icon right here where when you take out the pen, it'll launch an app. And right here we have designated the Moto app for that one. You could also be reminded when the last time the stylus was in use, and also when it was last removed. So I think that's actually pretty cool. You can keep track of your stylus pen. Another thing you're going to notice, this thing is running Android 10, but you're also going to have a software update right out of box, and I haven't installed that software update yet, but it actually says it's up to date right here. But then when you go back right here where it says security update, it says that you have the security update, so that's actually all set. But whenever you would need to check for a new update for the Moto device, this is where you would actually go right here. Now if you go to the system settings option right here where it says system, it's going to give you a few different cool options to choose from, but the first one is gestures. So the first one is gestures where you can swipe with the notification using your fingerprint on the back. Swipe down and you can gain access to that. Also right here you can actually use double press the power key to launch the Google Assistant or the camera. We're going to use the camera for that one. But you also do get the ability right here where it can give you the 3 different buttons or the gestures navigation. So we're going to keep it at the gestures. And like I said, you do get the 3-finger screenshot. You also do get Moto Flash where you can actually turn on flash really quickly. And when you twist it, you can actually get to your camera. And the other really cool thing is when you swipe down in the corner, you can actually minimize the screen and enter the one-handed mode. And then when you want to exit that mode, you just press the screen again, and that's going to exit the screen. Now, of course, you will be getting dual window. So to enter dual window, all you have to do is slide up, hold on the app, and hit the split screen option. And then basically you could just pan through whatever you want to choose, and you will be able to enter that split screen dual window, which is probably one of my favorites because you're going to be able to get a lot done when you're multitasking. Now, one of my favorite features with this phone is the fact that all you have to do is plug in the headphone jack, and once you do so, you're going to get this option right here where it says Moto Auto. Basically, it says I'm wired. If we take that out, it says loudspeakers. So you can custom the sound to your personal preference. Go into that little pencil icon, and then this is where you get the option to tailor the bass, the mids, and the treble as well. So I think that's definitely a really cool feature to choose from. We also have this option for gaming where you can find different tools, go into the settings, and basically block notifications, calls, and restrict certain contacts when you're gaming. You can also mess around with the different supported games right here, and also just mess around with all the different options to choose from. You get that edge option where you can mess around, and once you click it, you can turn it to the icon where you can see it from the side. It could be a floating icon, but definitely put it on the side to minimize minimalism and everything like that. Now this is probably my favorite feature of the Moto device, where you can pick peak display, and basically when you get a notification, you can hit the different icon. There's 3 of them here, and it'll let you, when you hit one of them, you just lock the screen, and when you move it, once you get a notification, you're gonna be able to see it right here, and you can kind of peek and see what it is. And then it lets you view all, so you can just mess around and kind of just sneak peek without turning your screen actually on, so you can kind of get that option here to play around with. I think that's really cool. Probably the best notification system on Android. But if you haven't turned this option on, make sure you do so. It's called attentive display. So whenever you're looking at the screen, it's basically to keep the screen on. So you just want to toggle that option on, and it will keep your display going nice and smooth. So now that this device actually came out with Android 10, you also have one of my favorite features right here built right in, which is called the dark theme, which is basically going to turn your whole interface dark, and basically it's going to keep your eyes fresh from certain bright light and everything like that. But you can see that dark mode does come in handy when you're getting notifications at night and you don't want the screen to actually blind you when you're waking up. Now, one of my favorite features about this device is the fact that you can interact with that punch hole display at the top. So what I did was I downloaded this app which is compatible with that punch hole cutout, and it's actually here called Honor Wallpapers. So I did make a whole video. Make sure you check out that video after this if you're interested in seeing all the different wallpapers that you're able to get for that punch hole cutout. So all I went to do is downloaded all my favorite wallpapers for that cutout, and then when you actually set it as the wallpaper, you can see that you can set as wallpaper lock screen or home screen. We'll set that as the lock screen, so then when I lock my screen, you see I got that Jordan punch hole cutout. Now, a lot of people forget to turn, they don't know, like sometimes they might not know how to turn up the volume for the phone calls or something like that, but this is basically an amateur tip. So you hit this button right here, click this button, and you're gonna see alarm, ringtone, call, and media. So you have access to control your ringtone volume if you don't want it to be too loud, alarm clock, call volume, and media. And then when you hit that volume button again, you can actually mute it, vibrate it, or put it on silent. Hopefully these tips were helpful to you. If they were in any way possible, make sure you hit the bell icon and show your support and appreciation for more videos just like this. But this is the Moto G Stylus tips and tricks. And if you found this video helpful in any way possible, let me know down below by hitting the icon and the bell as well. But in the meantime, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, depending where you are. Make sure you have a great night. Later, crew. Peace.